Mark Melvin, Melvin's Monster Garage, Friday night. Patty's working, so I'm at home watching the Cavs game on the computer. And hey, real quick shout out to a young fan out there at Meldrum's Monster Garage, Derek. Thank you for watching, Derek. I really appreciate that. I was talking to your mom this week. She's my State Farm agent. And she was telling me that you're going to be out at the Cleveland Piston Power Show at the IX Center next week with one of your models, maybe a couple of your models. I love building models. This is a model of a 66 Chevelle that I built a couple years ago when we were actually building a real 1966 Chevelle in tropical turquoise with the fawn interior. I don't know if you can see that, but it came out pretty good. But I hope your models come out better than mine. I'm sure they will. I've always loved building models. And I've got some models over on the shelf there that I need to get done. I've got a P51 Mustang that I've been working on for quite a while. And I don't know, I just can't get the gumption to get going on that. My uncle actually flew a P51D in Italy during World War II. So I've always wanted to build a model like his airplane, and I've been working on that. Anyway, this week we worked on the 59 Impala, and we put a lot of trim on the car. I know my guys at Past and Present are very anxious to see how this car turns out for Mike. And we're putting the hard work in right now. I got miles and miles of stainless steel trim to put on this car. And each little nut and tab and bolt is just a challenge. I don't know how they did it on the assembly line so quick. I guess if you did it over and over and over, you get really good. But when you're doing it for the first time and you're trying to figure out the best wrench to get into a tight situation, it's a challenge. So let's show you what I was working on this week. Here we go. Hey, Mark Meldrum, Meldrum's Monster Garage. We're back to work on the 59. But lo and behold, look at what's right here. A 1966 Chevelle frame, or what's left of it. Oh my goodness. Look at this frame. Wow. Is that Swiss cheese or what? So this is getting cut up. We're going to take the pieces we can off of it. Original motor, transmission, rear end. And it's going to go under a 1966 Chevelle convertible. It should be a beautiful car, 327 motor with a 4-barrel. So it's going to be a cool car, but holy cows, do we got a lot of work to do here. We got a new frame, so it's all a matter of just putting in the time, putting in the work, and I'm sure we can do that. Here we go. All right, we're putting the trim on this 59 Impala. And for the most part, it's easy, especially the door. Kind of want to start with the door because it's easy to center it up here. And I'll show you the clips, but they basically go through the holes here, and the clip gets attached to the back end of the stainless steel. So Mike's spent tons of money getting all this stainless steel polished up, so we want to make sure we do it right. One of the issues I'm having is that this piece I did some research on, should have been put on before the fender was put on, because there's two screws that go through here to pull this tight. This one's set nice and flat right now, but I can't get to them. So I don't know if I'm going to have to take the fender back off, or the inner fender well, or I read on a form you might be able to get to them from inside the car by drilling a 1-inch hole down low by the kick panel. So anyway, we'll figure that out today. The other thing I want to get done is I've got all the Impala letters on. What a bitch to put those in. Such a tight fit. Oh my gosh. And they basically have 2 pins on each one and a little ferrule, and you got to push them in. Of course, with body work and everything else, you're going through that, and it just makes it that much harder. So now what I'm doing is I'm going to get that back piece on, and I'll show you a little bit how I did that. It's already done on the other side. Right now I'm putting these clips in. These are special clips that hold on the piece that's going to go all the way back around here and loop around. Unfortunately, when this is a beautiful paint job. You can see the close-up of it here. But this little tab got bent over, and I guess Paul didn't notice that. So I'm going to have to bend that up, and that paint will probably crack. But it's okay. It'll be covered up by the trim. And over here, I'm not sure what's going on, but I'm going to have to dolly that out so it's flat across. Not sure what happened there. So I got most of the clips in over here, and then as you can see on this side, got the trim, goes all the way back, basically flush with the body. And you got to be careful. There's a top and a bottom, and I don't have everything tightened up, so it's not fitting just right in here yet in the pocket, but we will get it right. There's a nice little Impala there. And you got this piece, I got the door piece, and you can see this side is definitely going to need the screws to hold it in. So anyway, hey, I'm not the expert on this. I'm watching a video, and I'm going to put a link in the comments here, or the description of this video, on somebody that, a professional that did this and showed me how to put all these clips in, and he just did a wonderful job. He's working on a convertible, and he's probably done quite a few 59 Impalas based on what I can see. So yeah, let's get back to work on this, and I'll show you some snapshots throughout the day. Impala. There's Brother Chicky. All right, you got the lower one on, and it's like Christmas unwrapping these things. So, and they did a nice job. They must order a lot of newspaper to do this. Gentleman that does this for us is right around the corner in Grafton on Elm Street. Oh, I can't remember his name right now, but I'll get, if you're interested in a polisher, there's a lot of polishers out there, but if you're interested one, just leave me a comment and I'll tell you where to get a hold of them. Is this price reasonable? I don't know. I forget what I'm guessing at this, but I think it's about $18 to $20 a foot, and I might quit counting at 100 feet. All right, I'm back on this top piece, and I thought I'd just show you these little clips here, and they're pretty easy. They mostly push on, but sometimes they need a little persuasion. That one pushed straight on, but I had the end of the hammer with the rubber on there, or wood, whatever you want to do. I did run into a problem. So I got ready to put this top piece on, all right, and I found out it's the wrong piece. And we had a bunch of extra chrome on the extra stainless, so this one's going to have to go back to the polisher because it's the top piece. And I don't know if you can see that it's got a very specific shape here, okay, and it's got to fit into the Impala piece that's way up there, and of course go to the end of the car. I can see why Mike didn't want to take this one. It's got some dings and dents in it that'll have to be worked out, but for the most part, it'll be okay, and it'll polish out okay. But hey, these are the trials and tribulations of restoring a car, especially one that you didn't take apart. And I can see why the painter made some mistakes on where clips go and putting too much paint or not fixing something before you painted it, because we didn't take this car apart. We didn't know what it was supposed to look like. So yeah, stuff like that happens, but we'll continue on. I don't know if you can see all the way up front. I got this piece on already. Let me get the camera. me get the camera and show you. So this piece, that's why you want to start up front on this one, is it's got the spear that goes down, and then of course there's a hole here, and I don't have it, it's loose right now, and I just punched it on there with my hand, and that's the same thing we're going to do on here. We're going to punch it onto these clips, and then there's a piece that wraps around here. I haven't found that yet. All right, a couple days later here, through the weekend, I didn't get a chance to finish up the video, but basically we did get this piece sent back out to the polisher, and he removed all the dents out of here and whatnot. So now I've got a piece that will fit right on here very nicely. And yeah, as far as these pieces go, you can see I've gone ahead, and they for the most part they just snap into place. Once you get to this last piece right here, there's a nut that's got to fit on this bolt, and I got to squeeze my hand inside this fin or a tool or something, and yeah, that's a little bit of a challenge. So there you go. That's I'll try to finish up a little more on the trim today and give you a once around, but if I don't, that's kind of it for this video. Like I say, there's another guy out there that's doing way better job than I am, probably restores professionally. I'm just an idiot working out in the garage trying to show you what we're working on, and hopefully you pick up a little bit here and there. So hey, Mark Meldrum, Meldrum's Monster Garage. See ya.